Oi, tudo bem? Eu sou Dwayne Roberts. Meu português é muito ruim, então eu vou falar em inglês. Hey, but I just want to say, just if you can sit with me for a couple minutes, I want to talk to you a little bit about this young woman, but also a little bit, give you a little bit of vision of what she's doing and how she's walking with what I feel the Lord's doing in the earth. When Jesus taught on prayer, he used a couple parables, Luke 18 and Luke 11, and he gave two parables, and he called us to persistent prayer. He said, if you will walk in persistent prayer, you will get what you ask for. So that's an underlying principle in the kingdom of God, is that when you pray, you need to enter into persistent prayer. And then in Luke 18, he threw out day and night prayer. And now when you study the topic, the theme of day and night prayer, the very first one who actually entered into day and night prayer was King David. And you have from the scriptures where it looks like, where you get the understanding where he looked into the throne room and he saw day and night worship taking place. And he says, what is in heaven, I'm going to put it on the earth. And you see throughout history, there has been times where day and night prayer has been established. And as you study church history, you see day and night prayer, and then you see an explosion of the kingdom of God. So you see revivals, you see many souls being saved, you see the kingdom advancing. And right now, there are historic numbers of day and night worship and prayer. A fact that there are over 10,000 prayer rooms that are going day and night in the earth. And we feel a call from the Lord to establish it here in Florianopolis. And we're doing something a little bit maybe different to some of the prayer rooms, is that we're establishing worship as the foundation. And we're building, right now we have 9 worship teams with singers, intercessors, ministering to the Lord. And we feel the Lord has put it on our hearts, we will be day and night. That's in our future. And that's where we're going. And so we have given forth the call to establish day and night prayer. And Fernanda has said, this is moving in my heart, and I want to be a part of building this. And so we call ourselves intercessory missionaries. Now, I know that might be a new term. For most of the time we think missions, we think Africa. But I believe that the Lord is raising up ones who will first minister to God in the place of worship and prayer, and then who will minister to others. And that missionary calling to abandon themselves unto the work of the Lord. And so we have just over 90 full-time individuals that are walking this out of ministering to God and then of ministering to others. And as you as her friends, I want to ask you on her behalf. You guys know Fernanda to be a woman of character. She is a hard worker, and she has a sensitive heart and a desire to please the Lord. And so I want to ask you on her behalf if you would prayerfully consider partnering financially with her. I believe that this is a wise investment where we are investing in people's lives to advance the kingdom of God. And prayer is one of those strange things that you can't measure. Like, how successful are you being? It's a difficult thing to measure. But from the scriptures, I have deep conviction that as the church grows in prayer, as we strengthen ourselves in the place of prayer, we are going to see a global upper room where the Spirit of God is poured out. And I believe that this is going to run throughout Brazil in the next coming years. As we declare this message, call people forth, I think it's going to be normal. This idea of ministering to God in a full-time capacity. So I know I've taken a little bit of your time, but I want to ask you if you'd prayerfully consider. You know her to be a woman of character, a wise investment, and I believe that it will be worth it for you to walk with her. So thank you for taking time, and prayerfully consider this and interact with her. And she'll give you ways to follow up in communication. But God bless. Deus abençoe. Obrigado. Abraço. Tchau, tchau.